Illinois lawmakers are moving to ban dental insurance companies from denying coverage for procedures already approved. The House of Representatives passed a bill banning insurers from denying claims for procedures that already have received prior authorization. Dentists say that they'll submit a plan of action to a patient's insurance company before performing a potentially expensive procedure, but an insurance company can deny that claim.
This is unfair and it's not transparent to the patient, and we want this to be changed.
Insurance companies still would be able to deny a claim if the treatment is different or changed from the originally submitted plan.